It is a beautiful night to be out along Erie's Bayfront. It is a place where plans for development may, though, be on hold, at least for a while. Our Ethan Kibbe is live along the Bayfront, and he has the latest from the developers and the deciders. Good evening, Ethan.
Eva, good evening. This is a complicated, multifaceted story. A lot of things at play here. It involves building on this land across that road, and it's all tied into a deal for the final few stories of that hotel. And it all also has to do with what you see right across here, that hunk of land. Green space. Lots to unpack and a complicated story. When Scott Enterprises proposed a zipline along their Bayfront property, company officials expected the plans to breeze through city council, and they planned to start building this spring. Instead, the vote was postponed until next week, and the land sits empty.
We feel like we're trying to do something for the community and bring something nice for people to do, a family activity. And we have, really one person at City Council who just doesn't want to see it happen for some reason, and it's been delayed enough that we're going to have to cancel it this year.
That city councilor is Liz Allen. She says she's not opposed to the zip line, but Scott Enterprises is required to provide 25,000 square feet of open space on the land, and she wants to know where that will be before approving more development.
They're the ones that talked about green space. They're the ones that talked about civic parks or pocket parks or public parks. All I'm asking is that they hold to their word to tell us when and where those public spaces or public parks will be built.
Nick Scott Jr. says Allen's request makes no sense. He says there's plenty of open space still available, and final plans for open space are still evolving. In the meantime, the zip line doesn't use green space.
We know we have to give the city 25,000 square feet open space, and we're going to do it. We're not asking for that to go away. What Liz is asking for is that we tell her where it's going to be right now, in order for her to approve a project that doesn't take up any land.
Allen says developers aren't obligated to outline the parks right now, but she hoped for a commitment from them before signing off on more development.
They could very well say, yes, we're under no obligation to tell you, but I would wish it would be, hey, we're all committed to developing Erie's Bayfront.
So Eva, like I said, complicated. For example, when this program was, or when this piece of land was originally going to be developed, you weren't going to have Oliver's Beer Garden, you were going to have condos there. And the Scots say that's the point. They can't tell you where the parks are going to be because they don't know yet. They don't know where that open space is going to be. They're still developing the land. Liz Allen says, listen, I want to make sure the city gets what it's been promised before we sign off on anything.